Thank you guys for continuing and staying here for the resume workshop. And we'll try to have it brief, but informative so that you can get some ideas on how to make your resume better. So here's the agenda. It's really simple. So I will first go over a sophomore sample resume, and then Jasmine will go over a senior sample resume. The only difference is that a sophomore sample resume does not have much experience as a senior does. So that's the only difference. And then we will go over this resume critique event that we will have, and then how to submit your resume. I've already talked about it in the general meeting, but if you didn't hear that, you can hear that here as well. And then there's some Q&A session. All right, start it. So you can get I'll just click this. Have this sample resume. The sample sophomore resume. Wait. I think there's something wrong with my screen sharing. Can you see it now? Okay. All right. So here is a sophomore sample resume. It should be one page, but I think it was due to this Word document. It appears 2 page, but first of all, it should be only 1 page because as I said, the recruiters does not want to look at a 2-page resume. It's kind of too much. So if you have too many things to say, try to cut it down into 1 page, only 1 page. All right, so let's first have a broad overview of this entire resume. So author signs, first of all, is his name, and then his contact information. It's really important to have that. You don't need to put your address here. I don't think so, but you should definitely have your email and phone number. And then he has this section of education and actuarial exams and BEs because he's looking for actuarial internship, I believe. And then he has this work experience, relevant coursework.
Huh?
Somebody muting or so. I'll mute you. All right. And then this relevant coursework part, and then he also has a part for computer experience, awards leadership, as well as activities, hobbies, and languages. I think this is a really great section spread for a sophomore. But I will go over this one by one. I first want to talk about this work experience because this looks like the most important part of their resume. So I'm sure that a lot of our students, especially when you don't have much experience, you don't know what to put on your resume. Well, some of you guys might have a lot of experience already, but you might think, oh, there's none of the business related to actuarial, so should I also put that on the resume? I would say yes. So first of all, you need to know that not everyone would have as much actuarial experience as you can think of on their resume. So many people, they might have a different experience. Like this person, apparently none of these are actuarial related, but the only one principle is that as long as this experience can show some positive qualities of you, you can put that on your resume. So for example, this his first experience, he has worked at McCormick's ice cream and at this time. And there are some small duties. So the first duty is to serve customers and answer customers' questions about ice cream. This is a really smart one because like when you're writing experience like that, for example, if you have worked at a McDonald's, you have worked at some ice cream places, you don't want to put something like, I have prepared food, I cooked food, I cleaned the tables, I cleaned the floors and stuff. It only shows that you are a really nice person or you might be a good cook, but it doesn't show that you can do a good job in other like actuarial fields and stuff. But for this person, the first duty he said is that he can answer customers' questions. It actually shows that he is a really good communicator. So it shows the quality of his communicating skills, which will be a really important skill that you can be using in the actuarial work. Because to be an actuary, you have to communicate with a lot of people, like your colleagues, your manager, and your customers and stuff. You need to communicate. So that is a really strong skill that you can show if you have worked at some places. So that's one. And the second one is he put his performed cleaning duties, sanitize ice cream bins. That is a sentence that I don't really like. Just like I said, it doesn't show much. It only shows you're a good cleaner and stuff. And the third one is he closed the door on nights when the manager was not here. So this is a really good one as well, because it shows that this person is reliable, especially when, like, you know, he closed the door, the manager would trust him to close the door when he's not there. So it shows some positive qualities like that. And these other two experience are having the same like similar functions, like the pay junction. It shows that he's a good communicator because he communicates with customers and stuff, answering phones like that. And the summit transitions, it's also like, it shows that he has a really good personality because he can lead the tour and talk to these students and show them the campus. It shows that he's a really nice person. I mean, everybody would like to work with somebody who's nice and approachable. Yeah. So this is a recommendation for you if you don't think, if you think you don't have too much thing to put on your resume. Yeah, especially when you don't have many things related to actuarial field. And of course, if you do have a lot of actuarial related experience, please also put that in your resume. You have to put that in your resume. This is only for those of you who don't have that. And yeah, that is for work experience. And another tip, if you don't know what to put on your resume, is that you can put a section called a relevant coursework. So do not put any course code like CS8, like PSTAT 120A. Like, nobody knows what those numbers are. You should put the name of the course, such as PSTAT 120A. You can say that the name is probability. Is it called probability? Yeah, something like that. And if you have taken some math classes, you can specify which classes, like calculus, linear algebra is a math 4A, differential equations is math 4B, and CS, of course, also put that, and the econ. So basically all the math, econ, CS, and PSTAT classes that you have taken, you can put that name on there to reflect that you have doing this relevant coursework. You have this experience. And of course, for some of the upper division classes, you have the opportunities to work on some class projects. So those, many students might not notice that you can, that actually counts as something. So if you have done those kind of class project, put that also on your resume. And there's also, he also puts computer experience. So any languages that you know of, if you have taken like AP computer science, you can say that you know, what is that, Java? Yeah. And then we have the CS8 and 9 is for Python. CS16 is for C++. If you have taken all those classes, put that down. And PSTAT 10 is for R. Yeah, things like that. And please also include that you have your Microsoft skills. And for the awards and leadership, if you have that, definitely put that on. And even if you don't have a real leadership position, like for example, if you are a member in the actual association, but you're not really an officer, it's okay. You can feel free to put that, write that down. You can say that you are a UCSB Actual Association member, and you can say that you can say that you are an active member if you are, and sometimes the employers might be asking you, so what you have gained from your leadership experience, something like that. So you can talk about it, and you can and by showing this, like you're an active member of the actual association, you're actually showing your passion, like you're passionate about the career. Otherwise, why are you in this organization? Yeah, you can show that part to your employer. And the last part is activities, hobbies, and languages. This is a part that I really like, and I strongly recommend you to have it in your resume. So because it's my personal experience, like in the past, I have had an interview where the recruiter asked me something about one of my hobbies, and you just never know whether you can have this sort of personal connection with the recruiters that you are facing at. And if you do, it is a really good opportunity, like to have some personal chat with them, and it can really rise you up in front of this person because you have like a common interest. And I mean, yeah, everybody would like to hang around with somebody that have similar interests with them. So definitely put that. And let's go back to the top. One thing, there's only one thing I want to mention about the education part. For the GPA, it is necessary. You have to put your GPA there, even though you don't think your GPA is high enough. But you know, like your standard might be different from the recruiter's standard. So you think, okay, probably your standard is that like 3.8 is kind of low, but trust me, it's not. It's so high. 3.8 is such a high GPA, and I would say a threshold might be like 3.2 or 3.0. If you have a GPA lower than that, then probably do not put that. But if you, as long as your GPA is above 3.0, you have to put that in, because I heard from so many people telling me that, like, there are recruiters, professors, they tell me that if you don't put your GPA on your resume, then a lot of recruiters, they don't even look at your resume. So don't be afraid of that. And you need to include your graduation date and stuff. And also for the last part is the actual exams and VEE. This is just a one word for those of you who don't have any exam passed yet. You definitely should state that you're sitting in some exam to show that you are passionate about it, to show that you're looking forward to get into this field by stating that on your resume. And VEs, as Jasmine has mentioned about in the first general meeting, if you have taken those classes, such as Econ 1 and 2, you can say that you are satisfying this requirement in economics. So yeah. And the one last tip is that you want to manage all your like experience and all your entries based on an order of from the latest time to the oldest time. So this is a wrong order. The correct order should be, this should be the first because it is still happening right now. It's until present, and then probably this one, and then the last one. So yeah, and that's all I have. I know, wait, I should not pause. Yeah, it's okay. So is there any questions regarding that? If not, we will process to Jasmine, and Jasmine will show you a senior resume. And if you have like some specific questions, probably you can wait until Jasmine's finished presenting because she will explain more and talk about it. So Jasmine, I think you can do this screen share. Can you? You're muting yourself.
Sorry. Do you mind sharing screen for me? Because I don't have it in front of me.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll do this.
I think this is, no, this is not.
What? Sample senior? Yeah, this is a senior resume. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah.
Or
okay. At the first of all, I'll briefly go over the structure and then I'll go into the content of this resume. At the first glance, it doesn't look too overwhelming as it has plenty of white spaces, as well as it doesn't look too blank. So for each job you list, you shouldn't have more than 3 accomplishments under each one, so that you shouldn't load your resume too much. And going into the content, so there are 3 criteria that all employers use when they're making their hiring decisions, and you should see that if your resume is relevant, if it satisfies these 3 criteria. The first one is, can you do the job? Which is, do you have the relevant experience or technical skills that they require for to do the job? And then the second one would be, will you do the job? Which means, do you have the commitment in this career or in this field? The third one would be, can you fit into their organization? Which means, are you a team? Are you good at teamwork? And do you show some personality in your resume? And now let's go into the content of this resume. And the first section is education, and it's the same for a sample sophomore resume as a senior resume, is that it lists the school, your major, and your GPA, and your graduation date. And the second section would be actual exams and VEE. And this senior has passed 2 exams and he's sitting for a third exam, which is good because he shows that he is very committed into this career. And he also has satisfied 2 of the VEE requirement and is sitting for satisfying the other one. So that is a really good example. The third section would be actual work experience, and this person had an internship with Willis Towers Watson in the pension and funding valuation department. And he is an actual intern from this date to this date. And what he listed here as his accomplishments are very crucial. And first thing he said for mock client and later for real world client, he reviewed benefit statements, performed benefit calculations, produced expense valuation report and fund evaluation report. And this bullet point shows that he has possessed the relevant knowledge and technical skills during this internship. And the second bullet point, he said, worked alongside consultants and analysts on project teams, analyzing data and all of these stuff. So this bullet point mainly demonstrates that he has enhanced his teamwork skills during his internship. And the third bullet point said he performed research and created multiple presentations presented to clients by consultants. So the last bullet point demonstrates his research skills as well as communication skills because he presented presentations during his internship as well. So it's a very solid example of how you should tailor your work experience toward that. The fourth section listed here is computer skills / data analysis projects / research projects. And note that each bullet point under the section corresponds to the title. So the first section listed right here is computers, languages / packages. And he has experience with many of the computer languages and softwares, such as Python, C++, SAS, and R, and as well as Microsoft Office. The second bullet point is he had a time series class project, and in parentheses, it lists an individual project. And after the parentheses, it lists the description of the project, what he did, as well as the software. So these are the components that you should list in your resume as well. The third bullet point is also a research class project, and it's a graduate level project as well as team project. So include a description as well as the level if it's a graduate level, and it really shows that you have gained a lot of knowledge now. As an undergraduate, you're taking a graduate level class. So that's about this section. And relevant coursework section, it's basically the same as the sophomore resume, and he listed all the class, including the ones that satisfy BEE requirements. And under the awards and leadership section, if you have more awards or if you don't have many awards, you can put your honors student under education. If you don't have these other awards but you're honor student, you can put it under education as well. But he listed many leadership awards and leadership experience as well. The last activities / hobbies / languages section shows that he is a person who enjoys these many hobbies, and he is fluent in these languages. So it demonstrates personality, which is something that might trigger a conversation between you and the recruiter. So basically, that's all for the senior resume. And now I'll go into some more tips that okay. On the left is some design tips I can give. So the first one is the font size. It should be between 10 and 12 and consistent throughout. And the second one is the font you're using should be Times New Roman, Arial, or other common font styles throughout the entire resume. And the third point is, like I said, there shouldn't be more than 3 bullet points under each job so that you don't overload your resume. And the last one is always proofread, which is always important. An important one is use consistent verb tenses throughout. So if you use past tense in one of the sentences, use it throughout your entire resume. Okay, on the right are some of the content tips. So whether you are a senior or a sophomore, you should tailor your accomplishment by saying that you have either created or helped create new programs, or you achieved equal results with fewer resources, you improved the efficiency of your operation, or you achieved something positive for the first time. And try to demonstrate your accomplishment by satisfying one or more of the following areas. And the second tip is use course project to demonstrate experience if you lack work experience. And this is very important as well, especially if you're a sophomore or a freshman. So the actual association offers case studies. You can also put that as well. The last point is, yeah, like I said before. So basically all for the tips. Now we do offer a resume critique opportunity. So you can send your resume to this email, to our email by this Sunday the 4th at midnight. So you can get your resume reviewed by one of the experienced officers or by Dr. Hal Peterson if you're a senior or graduating student who are looking for a full-time job. Then your resume will be likely critiqued by Dr. Peterson, and it's on a first come first serve basis because Professor Hal Peterson is busy with classes, so it's a first come first serve basis. And to be a part of the resume critique event, you must be a paid member. And if you haven't already, please Venmo us $30 to this account. Okay, the requirements for the resume critique. Please send your resume in a Word document so that we can make suggestions next to it. If it's a PDF, it's kind of difficult, so please send it in a Word document and use the following subject line, resume critique submission, in your email, and specify if you are a senior or graduate student looking for a full-time job, then we'll refer your resume to Dr. Peterson. And your resume will be likely returned to you in 2 or 3 days by email. And this section tells you how to submit your resume through the career fair, and the one important requirement is your resume has to be one page only, a PDF file, and has the following naming format. Otherwise, it really won't be accepted, which means your resume won't be presented to a recruiter. And the important deadline would be next Saturday at midnight. Okay, more ways to contact us. And here are our Facebook group, Instagram, WeChat, and the career fair website, as well as the association's website.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, one more thing before the question. It might be just please clarify that. Be clear that this resume critique is different. Like these resume submission is different from the submission to career fair. So this is just a pre-step that if you want your resume to be reviewed by us, so that we can help you a little bit on giving you some suggestions on how you can write your resume better, to how to improve your resume. This is for this slide. And after that, we will give back to you your resume, and you can like make some final modifications to your resume, and then you need to submit your resume to the career fair on this website by this deadline, which is the next Saturday midnight. So yeah, hope that is clear enough. And we will accept some questions. You can ask any questions, either regarding writing a resume or like the events, like the resume critique, resume submission and stuff. So yeah.
I actually have a question for
Dylan. I don't know how you say your last name, but he's the math major in.
Dylan Tran?
Um, yes.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you because I'm in mathematical sciences, and I just wanted to know, first of all, like what kind of math you're in, and then what kind of benefits you had joining.
Yeah, I'm also in mathematical sciences.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of changed to applied math in the last month. So like I was saying, like all these the events don't have to apply specifically to actors. Like these resume workshops, like there was a slide on how you would describe your workplace experiences, and that would just go for like any job actually.
Mm-hmm.
And some other benefits I got, even though I don't think as a math major you can get the exam reimbursement, that's like a big thing. But
Mm-hmm.
one of the other experiences are like Excel workshops, and I still attended the career fair last year, and I'm attending all of the info sessions this year. So those are just some benefits that you don't have to be an actual science major to have.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Other questions?
Just to bring up, there was a question in the chat asking to clarify whether the slides will be on Facebook. The answer is yes. And most of our event materials will end up being posted on Facebook, unless specified otherwise, or being sent out through other platforms. So yeah, we can count on that.
So, any other question? If not, we will end the session. No? All right. So
Okay.
if you have any question like other than that, you can feel free to contact to any of us, the officers, and by emails and stuff. And you can find us on Facebook, send through messengers, and yeah. So, and that will be it for today. And thank you guys so much for staying so long to be attending. And thank you, and hope you guys enjoy your weekend. And good luck for the career fair.